Earlier in the show, we talked about the second confirmed case of measles here in southern Nevada. All we know about this most recent case is that it's an adult infected with the measles. Now, here's our question. Is the threat of an outbreak a serious possibility in our area?
Here with the answers, board-certified pediatrician Dr. Andrew Eisen, also associate professor of pediatrics at Touro University. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thank you for coming in. First of all, what exactly is the measles?
The measles is a viral infection. It used to be tremendously common prior to the immunization era, and our most modern form of immunizations, which really was around 1968. And it causes, in its simplest form, causes high fevers, a rash, and the person who has it feels utterly miserable. But the real concern about that is not the week or so that someone might be down with the fever and the rash. It's the risk of serious complications that go along with that. The complications can include pneumonia, it can include encephalitis, which is an inflammation of the brain that can lead to serious brain damage, and even death.
Right. Now, we hear about it all the time, and Megan talked about it earlier. A lot of parents were concerned because for a while there was the belief that vaccinating your children could lead to autism against the measles. That has been debunked for a long time.
It has, and there was actually never any data that supported that. And it's not a matter of a question, it's not a matter of opinion, it's sheer fact. It is far and away the most studied proposed cause for autism, and there are no studies that link immunizations, and particularly the measles, mumps, rubella, MMR vaccination, to autism. There was a single published study out of the UK that linked those two. It was 12 total patients, 8 of whom supposedly showed the findings that they were concerned about. That was it, 8 out of 12. After it was published, the lead author made statements about this connection to autism. Most of the other authors immediately distanced themselves from that. Right. The study has since been retracted by the journal that published it. And a few years ago, an investigative reporter, not a scientist, an investigative reporter in the UK went back and determined that all of the patients were made up. They were completely fake. So there wasn't even any data there. But it led to a dramatic rise in fear and drop in immunization rates, and a tremendous rise in the rates of measles in the UK, and that's spread around the world.
Right. Now, there are 2 confirmed cases here. Do you fear an outbreak here in the Valley?
I don't fear there's going to be the sort of thing people would consider an epidemic, but it's a serious issue. Even a few cases is a very serious issue for a few reasons. One, every case is serious. There are those significant risks of complications that go along with measles, but also there are some people within the population who cannot be immunized against measles. Children under a year cannot get the immunization, and they're at high risk not just for the infection but for complications. And also those who have immune defects, people who have diseases that impair their immune system, can't be immunized, and those people are very high risk.
If people have questions and they have concerns, who should they call?
One of the best places to go is the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Their website, cdc.gov, has a tremendous amount of information about measles that can put those fears to rest.
Thank you, doctor. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for coming in.